try to check underneath the couch.
There's nothing underneath the couch. I already
Don't say underneath these pillows.
I already know. There's nothing in there. Like, yo, in the crevices? I'm about to go find a screwdriver and I'm gonna get tetanus.
So upwards. Now you can see it's like freehand like that. I don't like it, so I'm just going to lock it on the Z axis. So just hit Z, so it's going straight up, like so. Okay.
I can only play from here to like here so far, and I started practicing like an hour ago.
Right there!
Yeah, Bert. Yeah, Moto Bert.
Right there!
That's what Bert.
I have not been recording anything during this trip, but here is my completed donut with some pretty sprinkles. And then over here is my mug. UV wrapped. I did the saucer UV wrapped as well. I got some coffee in here. This foam took me forever to do because it was not UV wrapping at all. But I realized what I did and I was able to fix it, so. Spring is finally here and I want to enjoy the weather as much as I can before it just gets really hot and humid. Like today it says it's like 63 right now, but the sun's out, the skies, there's not one cloud in the sky at all. It feels like a Windows wallpaper. But yeah, I love going outside when it's not super hot, not super cold. It's perfect. There's a couple other people out here on their little picnic blankets, which is really cute. And I decided that I would practice my guitar out here, so I brought it with me. I went to Virginia last week and I practiced with my friend for the first time since 2020, and I realized that I really need to focus on two things, which is chord switching and playing with a metronome. I have not played with a metronome, not one time, and that really messed up my timing when we were trying to play together. And just perfect the songs that we're practicing right now. We are learning Weird Fishes by Radiohead and Opening Night by Arctic Monkeys, but 2 weeks ago I started learning Blender. I tried learning Blender in 2020, but my computer was not letting me do anything back then. And fast forward to this year, 2 weeks ago, I was like, I have a better computer now, I can learn it. And I started learning, and I created the donut by the Donut Man. At first I wasn't going to do the donut tutorial, but my fiance was like, you should do the donut. And so I did it, and I'm really glad because it gave me a lot of the fundamentals that I needed to know. And when I went to my second tutorial, which was from Intranet Girl, she works pretty fast, and I was able to keep up pretty well because of all the fundamentals that I learned from the donut tutorial. So I personally really enjoyed that. I know a lot of people say they don't like the donut because it's a lot of information, but that format actually worked perfectly for me as a complete beginner. And then I made another thing by Internet Girl. I made the little bubble text, and then I made a vaccine bottle. She said that when trying to do the wrap over the bottle, your computer might explode, and unfortunately mine did explode. Not literally, but my Blender application wasn't letting me create the animation at all, so I just made the bottle. And I'm gonna later on follow with the tutorial so I can get a nice video of the bottle, because I worked really hard on the label. And I want to get like a 360 view of it, as well as the textures that were added onto the glass in particular. I've been having a lot of fun with Blender. I was a little frustrated that the shrink wrap thing wasn't working on it, but I'm still happy that I'm keeping up with Blender. And I can tell that I really like it because all I've been doing is watching Blender videos on TikTok and YouTube, and I made like a little motivation folder. So like people who make the style of art that I want to make on Blender, I have in a little folder to like motivate me, like, oh, I can do this if I keep going and stuff. And I decided to make 2026 my year of consistency. Like, I just want to be consistent in the art that I want to create and developing my skills. So this year is the year of consistency and development. I'm developing my skills so that I can be able to create the style that I want to create. And I'm going to be consistent enough so that as time goes on, it's going to be easier and easier for me to make said style. I have like a little bottle of creativity in me that I want to keep filled. And in order to keep it filled, I realized that I need to start at the basics. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm doing that with the music as well, which I'm really happy that I finally figured out what to focus on, because I like a lot of things. I think I've mentioned this before, but I like a lot, and I jump from project to project, plan to plan. I'm gonna learn this, and I always fall through in them. But I sat down with myself and looked at what I like the most, and that's music and film and art. And so I was like, okay, how do I focus on all of these? Right now I'm still working on it, but I'm creating a roadmap for myself so that I can create this big personal project, and then later down the line, whether it's next year, 5 years, I can create it and I'd be like, I did the thing that I wanted to do. And yeah, and then move on to something else that I want to focus on. But yeah, this feels really nice to actually have something that I want to focus on. Back at the archery range again. It's been probably like a week or two since I've been here because the weather has been pretty bad, but we're finally back. I was in between a 9 and an 8. So I turned the camera off and I did one last round, and of course that was my best round. Like, look at this. Phenomenal. Oh my god. Whoa.
It's a keyframe, but if you notice, everything will have rotated.
My vaccine bottle that I was making with Intranet Girl's tutorial is rendering out right now. I finished it a little bit ago, but I just didn't actually save the image yet or a video of it yet, just because I was kind of struggling with getting the keyframes to actually go where they need to go. Like a lot of the times when I was hitting insert keyframe, it was not inserting. And I think I just need to watch a video that really explains how to do those simple animations. And all I wanted to do was just have the bottle spin, and I finally got it with the Internet Girl tutorial. But the one thing that I noticed that I don't like about Blender is the fact that whenever they create a new version, the updated version is different from the old tutorials, and they change it so much to the point where old tutorials are basically unusable. And a lot of the old tutorials I find that I want to try, it's hard to do what they're showing to do because everything is different now. Like a certain button won't be there anymore, and they have an alternate way of doing that specific thing. After I get the hang of Blender and everything, it won't be that stressful to figure all that stuff out. But yeah, after I do this render, I think what I'm going to do is just follow. I saved a couple of tutorials that are more recent. I'm going to follow those, create more projects, and then by the time I finish that little playlist, I should have all of the basics down so that I can go ahead and move on to animation and character modeling that I truly want to do.
But if you double click on the cylinder object and rename it to face, just to keep things nice and tight.
I decided to go on a little walk before I started my coding practice because I just needed a little break from looking at the screen for hours. Before I did my Blender practice, I actually did like an hour of guitar, and in my schedule I also had planned like working on a sewing project and then doing more Blender and going outside to practice composition. It may seem like I'm doing a lot because I am, but today was a test to see how much I can handle doing in one day. And because I feel a bit drained, I think I am going to cut some out and maybe do the method where I focus on 2 things a week and alternate it with the third or fourth the second week. I want to learn and actually be skillful at many different things, but I can't focus on all of them at once. Because my headspace was in learning different lighting techniques when I was practicing guitar earlier, it took me some time to really focus on it properly, and then halfway into it, I just wanted to stop because I didn't feel like playing at that moment. I kept going for the full hour, but I noted down my mood when I did that. Working on Blender was fine. I was feeling better when working on that rather than the guitar, but looking at my schedule and seeing that I wanted to work on a sewing project after, I immediately took that off the schedule and was like, absolutely not. I'll do that another day. This is also showing me what it is I desire to focus on more. And even though I want to learn all these different things, there's going to be days or even weeks where I only want to focus on a specific one. And I think I should also take that into account so that I don't end up burning out completely.
It looks by default, but it helps us organize or divide the code and later apply styles or scripts to specific parts. Let's go ahead and add some div tags around your code to separate certain sections.
Chest towards the front of your thighs, heels towards the mat. Can you inhale? And then exhale once again to roll forwards, but this time as your shoulders come over your wrist.
何か隠してるんだな。人間と一緒だ。近づいてみなきゃ中には何があるかわからんこともある。
井村君、どこ？
ここです、鈴木さん。
お前、砂利焼きで少し薬巻いてきな。
I just finished my breakfast. I'm still working on my green tea, although it's kind of cold at this point. but I wanted to say that I'm gonna start reading I Am a Cat by Soseki Natsume. After I finish reading The Saffron Kitchen, I haven't really read much except for Near, the novel, but I stopped reading it because I got to after 2B's story in the book, and in the game I'm on 9S's section, probably like halfway through 9S's section, and I didn't want the book to spoil the game for me, so I'm gonna try my hardest to play more of the game this week, probably for like an hour after work each day. But the thing is, I've been playing this game for a long time, and the reason why I'm still playing it is because I am a side quest junkie. Like, I need to complete every side quest to the best of my ability in any game that I play. Like, it's just who I am at this point. So it's taken me a lot longer to beat the game, especially if I'm playing in like 1 hour sessions. And in that 1 hour, I'm just doing side quests, so I'm not actually progressing in the story whatsoever for weeks. But that kind of makes me enjoy the game a lot more just because I'm spending more time with it. And I really do love the art and the environment. I love games that have so much nature and I forget the word, but broken buildings, apocalyptic, overgrowth in nature, and just, I love it. Like Last of Us, I can't think of any other games. But yeah, I would love to play more games like that. But when I do finish Nier, I really want to play Final Fantasy. I really want to get into Final Fantasy. I've always been a Kingdom Hearts fan, and Final Fantasy looks so good, but the only thing that turned me away from it was that it was a turn-based game. Since I've been playing Persona 5, I'm kind of used to the turn-based style now, so then now that I've experienced it, I'm more open to playing any of the Final Fantasy games. The only one that I have right now is the one with Noctis, where it's like him and 3 other people. It's open world, and you can like drive in like a black car, and you can go fishing or something like that. I kind of want to play that one since I already have it. And then I do want to play Silent Hill 2. I don't know about Silent Hill F. I've heard that it gets a little bit repetitive in the combat, but why not try it? But only if it's on sale. Like, if these games go on sale for like $10, then I'll buy. But for the rest of the day, I am going to work on Blender, work on my coding. My coding has been going really well so far. Before I do Blender, I'm going to do a quick review of all the coding that I learned, or all the HTML that I learned from yesterday, and just to try and see if I could rewrite my page that I was working on before, and then go ahead and work on my character modeling in Blender. So far, I reviewed everything that I remembered and then went ahead and started learning some stuff. So I remembered all of the basic tags, like the doc HTML, the header, body, and I actually remembered how to do some of the style, change the colors, the fonts, and the sizes and stuff, and then the pre-tag so that I can have spaces, and adding links to different pages. And today I learned how to make a link to a second page in the same exact website, and so this is what it's looking like right now. I'm pretty happy with it. This is just a test page. I'm not doing anything with this. I'm just testing the code, but it looks really cool. I also was able to add music and a video, so the song I decided to add, I don't know if you know that or not. And then the video is literally just a random video that I took a long time ago. But it's cool that I was able to add a little thumbnail to it. But yeah, that's good for now. I have to go do my hair. Say goodbye to my hair for now because we're about to braid it up.
I'm gonna have to decide whether to bring my family in. He asked me before what it would take for me to believe it was real. Truth is, I'm not sure if anything could convince me to go in there.